Good morning. John Gilkison, Aero Stealth here. Today is Thursday, January 18th, and I wanted to shoot a short follow-up video on my last video on my Apocalypse Journal Musings. I had a few comments on it, so I wanted to address those. One of the major comments I had was that I was predicting that several billion people were going to die off in the next 10 years, and I never said any such thing. I think that was a misunderstanding. I would, however, predict, I'm not in the predicting game, but I would predict that it's possible several billion humans could die off before the end of the century. That would be in only the next 76 years. So let's say next 75 years, we could see a dieback of humans of that much. I think we're already in a collapse now. We are losing more people every year due to food shortages and disastrous storms and so forth, and so-called supply chain problems, which is a euphemism for all this, I think. So the whole point of my video was not to present a lot of references or scientific evidence to you. I think it's clear to those of us who are following what's been going on with the climate and global warming and the inability of human beings to address it, that we're headed for disaster. And that's all I was pointing out, and it just depresses me because personally, in my life, we've been trying to reduce our carbon output, but we know that it's not going to affect the whole climate process in any meaningful way. There's simply too many people for us all to live at a lifestyle that we live here in the West, and even with renewables, wind and solar and battery storage and electric cars and all these schemes, it's not going to help, because ultimately, as long as we continue along with this scheme of we always have to have economic growth, and it's going to overwhelm anything we do. And that was a major point I was trying to make. And then emotionally, I'm nearing the end of my life, and I'm watching my children struggle. They don't have the same benefits that I had coming up before them. Access to a good job, a better economy, and so forth. And they have higher prices to deal with, and they also seem to lack the impetus to know how to arrange their life in such a manner that they can live more economically and build a better life, build their own house, so forth. They don't seem to get that part of it. They know me and my wife build a house, but they don't know how. And they don't understand the commitment that it takes and the number of years it took us to do it. So that's all I have to say. This needs to be a much briefer video than the original. But one of the other things that that occurred to me, and I didn't mention it in the last video, but I call this whole problem to be one of the answers to the Fermi paradox. I believe that life is common in the universe. By that I mean multi-celled life or single-celled life, plants, so forth. But I don't believe intelligent life is that common. I think there's a giant chain of evolutionary pathways that have to all fall in a certain sequence to lead to what we call intelligent life like us, and that it's just not that common. Also, I think one of the answers to the Fermi paradox is that the human civilization like we have tend to go extinct, especially if they're industrial, in short order. And there is a possibility that many of these intelligent species scattered throughout the universe have created intelligent life forms, AI. And so that's all that's left out there is these intelligent silicon-based life forms. And they don't have the same emotional and mental makeup as humans have. They don't have probity. They're not really that curious about the universe as we are. And so even if they knew we existed, they may not even be interested in communicating with us or talking to us. There may be some. We'd have to literally be programmed into them somehow. But I think that it's possible that there are these artificially intelligent beings out there, but they just have no interest like the human species has. And they're not as self-destructive, they're more logical. But on the other hand, they lack this impetus to explore and discover, so forth. So that would be a point I would make. So I hope we're around long enough to discover life out there and possibly contact something. But I seriously doubt it. I think the Fermi paradox is real, and that it would take thousands of years possibly of us exploring the universe to run across something like this. That's my wild ass guess. Don't hold me to it. Take care, everybody. I'm going to let you go. Oh yeah, I had my procedure yesterday where they were supposed to shock my heart, stop it, and restart it to get it back in sync. And they canceled the procedure because they said that my sinus rhythm was already in sync, and they didn't need to do anything. And merely trying to do that could cause it to go back into an irregular heartbeat if I did it. So, which I understand, I'm grateful for that. But until I have a follow-up visit, I need to discuss with my cardiologist about maybe tracking what's going on with my heart a little better, find out if it's getting in rhythm occasionally and then out of rhythm now and then, or what. I may need to be taking my own EKGs and following this a lot closer. So, but I won't know anything till I talk to my cardiologist on the 29th of January about the prospects of this. So there you have it. I think this is good news, but I don't know for sure yet. Well, we'll see you on down the road, everybody. And don't guzzle that electrolyte. Bye-bye.